Hi, this is Chris Donkin from Mobile World Live, coming to you from Win-Win Live. With digital technology inevitably becoming a day-to-day necessity, the Globe Group has fully realised its goal to become a pioneering innovator that lifts up the lives of Filipinos. Through its suite of digital solutions, Globe Group addresses everyday pain points in finance, education, livelihood and health, among others. From a telecommunications company, Globe has expanded into a group that is now a full-fledged tech co. Today we are joined by Ernest Koo, President and CEO of the Globe Group, who will take us through his experience and insights into how Globe continues to transform digital technology in the Philippines through first-to-market innovations. While focused on serving its growing base of customers, now at an estimated 91 million, Globe remains responsive to the needs of Filipinos through enabling digitalisation while at the forefront of making sustainable practice an integral part of its core business. What is behind Globe's shift from telco to techco?
Well, first of all, Chris, thanks for having me. And Globe decided to move forward in moving from telco to techco, starting from the time that we made it to #1 in the mobile operator race, right? You know, what we decided to do was also shift our focus to become a purpose-led company. And by being purpose-led really means going beyond just winning the telco game, but actually helping our Filipino countrymen living their daily lives, helping the country improve its stature in the world, right? You know, and one of the ways we wanted to do that was through digitization. Solve everyday problems of the Filipinos through the way of digital, right? An example would be, we decided to tackle first, head-on, the problem of financial inclusion in the Philippines. You know, Filipinos had no access to financial services. Only 33% of the Filipinos had banking services. There were only about 3.5 million people with credit cards in our country. That really made the process of payments, digital payments, very, very difficult. That made the process of giving credit scores very, very difficult. We decided to take that on using our product called GCash, you know, in partnership with the Ant Group. You know, now, at the end of it, we have access, given access to about 8 to 10 Filipinos, or 10 Filipinos now have access to financial services. They can transfer money electronically, they can pay digitally, they can borrow money using a credit score that we've been refining all these years. And no, it's truly become, you know, say, a democratization of financial services in the Philippines now. Beyond that, we're going to try to solve bigger problems in the Philippines as well, because we have criteria that we use as well, which is one, we look at problems which are very large. You know, the problems have to be large because they've got to move the needle. You know, we're not that small a company in Philippine terms, and so it has to be a big problem that can scale. The addressable market has to be high or large. And also, we want to be first mover in the space. We don't want to be someone entering as the space and then be competing against the giants out there. We want to be the giant when we do succeed. So we're focusing on healthcare, education, we're looking at providing livelihood, and sometimes we even look at and reach further on and look at sustainability, trying to tackle the problem of air pollution by promoting electric vehicles in the country as well.
With the Globe Group now shifting from telco to techco, what are the next steps to be done in the next few years?
Well, Globe will continue to leverage the many assets we built. You know, we have a tremendous base of customers, 91 million as it exists today. We've got tremendous marketing capability. We've also have an employee base and a pool of labor that is fantastic, and a culture of innovation that we're going to put to bear. And of course, our partnering reputation as well is probably one of the best in the region. People like to partner with us, and long-term partnerships at that. And so we will look at solving more and more of these problems as we go. I think I mentioned, the Philippines, what the profile of the country is. We're not yet a developed country, because there's a lot of opportunities to help the Filipinos really live life in a digital manner, aiding the efficiency, making things more convenient for everyone.
Are you looking to expand into other APAC markets? And if yes, how do you plan to do this?
Well, our overseas expansion is really still geared towards Filipinos. One of the facets of our country in our demography is that Filipinos, there are 10 million Filipinos outside the country that either reside there permanently or work there temporarily and remit money into the country. One of the first things we've done is enable for them to get a GCash account using their local numbers. Previous to that, our central bank limited it to just Filipinos in the Philippines. So that's a very big thing, because remittances to the Philippines as an ever-growing space, it amounts to over $36 billion a year in terms of inward remittances. And that flow can be done more expeditiously, more cost-effectively through GCash now. The second thing we're doing overseas is allowing Filipinos, given the fact that not a lot of them have credit cards, is to pay electronically when they're traveling. So working with Alipay Plus, we are now able to empower our GCash users into making digital payments, first of all in Japan, Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, and now we're moving into Europe. France, Germany, Italy are coming up next, and hopefully, we will tackle the big one, which is China, before the end of the year as well.
What are the challenges Globe are expecting to encounter with this transition?
Well, there's many challenges, right? First and foremost would be the shifting of mindsets of our countrymen. Filipinos tend to look at new applications, new ways of doing things, a little bit of mistrust. So we got to build their trust. And fortunately, there's quite a bit of equity built in our company and our brand in the Philippines. And the second is the regulators, right? We are now pushing the envelope in terms of the edge, in terms of the things that we want to do. And so sometimes they are still mired in the old way of doing things, and it takes us quite a bit of time to convince them to see this is really good for our country. It really democratizes services and brings about a better life for our countrymen.
And for the telco part, where do you stand right now compared to your competitors?
Well, I think for the mobile side of the business, we are pretty secure. We've been in #1 space now for, going on 7 years now. But I think in terms of the incubation model and being able to leverage the assets of the telco to build new businesses, I think, we're a far first ahead, and we're very far ahead in doing this. And again, this is not happening overnight, right? We did not decide to do this 1 year and the next year we're done. It has been a 14-year journey, which I started when I joined the company about 14, 15 years ago. So, I think, we will continue to do this, hopefully with the support of our government, with the support of our partners. We will bring about a better life for our countrymen.
Well, that sounds like a very exciting time for both Globe and all of its customers, and of course, Filipinos overseas as well. Thank you very much for joining us today at Win Win Live. We will catch you next time.